So the No Kings protest day 1 is in the books. Daily Mail publishing chaos reigns because that's ultimately what they look to achieve, from Los Angeles to New York to Texas to Arizona. To me, it looked more like a clown show with deadly results. The hot dog in the street being arrested. Or the Burger King crowns being found everywhere. I guess the budget didn't call for anyone to print crowns for this Resistance 2.0, as Politico calls it. No, it was a clown show. By the very imagery itself, one that needed spell check. Diversity is celebrated. Or, I'm embarrassed that you didn't check how to spell your own sign. Or, those tariffs. But misspellings aside, there's no kings but drag kings. You see, the Democrats are fragmented in their messaging, and their messaging, now took a deadly twist as this Resistance 2.0 movement turns into a bloodbath. And who should be held to account? They wanted their resistance. They wanted their chaos. King Clown himself, Eric Swalwell.
And to that I say, we surrender to no one and never to a mad king. I'm all in. I know you're all in. He has got to go. Thank you. He has got to go. He has got to go.
Donald Trump is America's Hitler.
Donald Trump is America's Hitler. I want to do this up front because it's going to be a little bit sobering of a message for each of you. I want you to listen carefully because they demanded peace. Because they demanded fire. And now they've been burned down. This isn't justice. This isn't peace. This is a revolution gone off the rails. They created a Frankenstein they can't control. One image resonating above any other. An image that should haunt everyone, and we're going to conclude with this image. But before I do, I need your continued support. When you're able to fashion an argument in the way I attempt to fashion it for you, very black and white, the message becomes very powerful. And that power they don't like very much. They don't want this kept black and white. They want it kept in chaos. So if you like what I'm doing here, I need you to subscribe. I need you as members here. It's the way that this channel continues to be funded. Or simply go to Restricted Republic, the platform Lisa Haven and I created, restrictedrepublic.com. Unfiltered, uncensored, no commercials nor interruptions, only at restrictedrepublic.com. That way you continue to allow for this effort of our resistance against the misinformation you're being fed, so I can give you the stone cold hard facts. When chaos is your weapon, don't be surprised when it turns on you and now kills one of your own. But you see, it's the words, it's the messaging, it's the faux anger, it's the rage that the Democrats want you to see, the rage of Cory Booker here on the Senate floor.
You can make Alex Padilla forcibly kneel before this executive. When does it stop? He's a United States senator. And if you could force him to kneel to his knees violently, when does it stop? What does it say to other Americans who want to speak up? What does it say to other Americans that want to exercise their constitutional duty? What does it say to other Americans this weekend when they want to peacefully protest? What does it say to other Americans from humble backgrounds who know poverty? That if a United States senator who stands up to do his job can be made to heel, driven to his knees, violently handcuffed, what does it say? What message does it send? Everybody in this body should see that this is a crossroads. They treated a member of the United States Senate violently after he identified himself, dragged him out of a room, threw him upon the ground, and put him in handcuffs. Every member of this body should object to that.
So what y'all get as a result of this? No, you got more officers injured. as Portland rioters breach ICE building with explosives and rocks. You got the protest you were looking for.
Why are you letting them just shoot you like that?
Because I'm showing everybody else that it doesn't do anything. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't do anything. They don't have any power over us. Just walk up to them. They can't do anything.
You have to love this one. U.S. soldiers are directly making physical contact with protesters in LA. So I've watched 2 clips, and tell me where you see physical contact being made.
We have the right to say whatever we want. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back.
So I guess when you secure the steps of a federal building, that's the physical contact, because you're not allowed to secure the federal building. They're just supposed to be allowed to do whatever the hell they want to do. Interesting times we live in right now. They ended up getting some of what they were looking for. A man drives into crowd of protesters at No Kings rally in Virginia. Shooting possible associated with the demonstration at 200 South State Street. Multiple law enforcement units in the area trying to verify information to determine if there is a victim. We have 1 person in custody. They did get 1 person.
Oh my God, that's a gun. That's a gun. Come on. Come on. Get out.
Go in the building. Stop filming, you idiots.
Suspect apprehended. No Kings, how's your peaceful protest going? Create a clown show, create a circus, get a result. Texas State Capitol evacuated after reports of credible threat targeting lawmakers amid the ongoing No Kings protest. But you've outlined it so well. I mean, there's groups out there telling everybody exactly what to do. 7 steps to stop ICE. 7 steps of resistance. From form tight-knit groups to play roles in the resistance. Like an iceberg, the majority of your connections should now be deep below the surface. Build a communication system. Set up a rapid response network capable of verifying reports and spreading information immediately to large numbers of people about the operations of ICE and other federal mercenaries in your community. Set a combative example. Aim to choose the time and place of confrontations. Create no-go zones for federal forces. We've seen those before, haven't we? And support those who have lost family members to ICE abductions. Hey, Democrats, is this what you were looking for? Man, who's the one fomenting violence here? Who's the one causing the disasters, the chaos, and resulting in a bloodbath? Manhunt on after 2 Minnesota state politicians targeted, one of them killed. It's hard to conclude anything other than the chaos that has been called for. The Resistance 2.0, as Politico called it, now resulted in the murder of a politician. So let's go backwards just a step, shall we? Because rhetoric can be dangerous now, can it? Remember the murderer, the suspect in the case, a Tim Walz appointee. And what did Tim Walz just say a few days ago?
Called out on this because I called Donald Trump a wannabe dictator. It's because he is. It's because he is. Oh. The governor's being mean, and the governor's speaking out on that. Well, maybe it's time for us to be a little meaner. Maybe it's time for us to be a little more fierce.
We need to get meaner. We need to push back. Is it possible that people are listening to Tim Walz? We now have a suspect in the murder. FBI offers a reward of up to $50,000 for info leading to the arrest and conviction of Vance Bolter, suspected of shooting 2 Minnesota lawmakers and their spouses at their residence. Oh yeah, Vance Bolter, appointed by Tim Walz. Looks like Vance Luther Bolter's wife was also an intern for Walz. So now what do you have to say, Tim?
We're here today because an unspeakable tragedy has unfolded in Minnesota. My good friend and colleague, Speaker Melissa and her husband Mark, were shot and killed early this morning in what appears to be a politically motivated assassination. Our state lost a great leader, and I lost the dearest of friends. The governor's being mean, and the governor's speaking out on that. Well, maybe it's time for us to be a little meaner. Maybe it's time for us to be a little more fierce.
And next thing you know, you have a man in a Halloween mask driving what appears to be a police vehicle, knocking on your door and killing you dead. You see, these words by the Democrats are not only irresponsible, they are inciting. Take a vote and have to show legitimate fear for your vote. A Democrat was the victim.
I know that people will be hurt by that vote, and we worked very hard to try to get a budget deal that wouldn't include that provision.
So did she fear for what her vote may have caused her? Almost on the brink of tears. Praetorian Guard Services, the suspect worked for, Director of Security Patrols. We highlight that because many asking where did that vehicle come from. Also thinking that the SUV was a company vehicle, potentially. This all has to be proved out yet. Praetorian Security Services. Dr. Vance Bolter, the Tim Walz appointee who allegedly killed Representative Melissa Hortman, is a director of security patrols at a security firm in Minnesota. This explains how he would have had access to a law enforcement-like vehicle and uniform, as I showed you in that picture. Allegedly in the back seat, as announced by the police, so not allegedly, was no Kings. Given the targeted shooting of state lawmakers overnight, we are asking the public to not attend today's planned demonstrations across Minnesota out of an abundance of caution. Vance Bolter associated with what we've been talking about so much recently, more NGOs, Red Lion Group to be more specific. The car being towed away, the vehicle towed away, the one that any representative could have easily mistaken as a police vehicle, just providing you the evidence. And there's the result. No King's peaceful protest, peaceful protest, peaceful protest over and over and over. But yet they continued about the resistance talks. We must fight the king. And one of their own is murdered. And according to Brian Stelter, it all points in the same directions. It's Trump's fault. Because he has started this for enforcing the law. The only party of law and order is the Republicans, the party of chaos, dissent. And what results in a man in a mask showing up at your door with no King's brochures in the back of his car. It's the Democrats. And who has to bear the brunt of this? The brave men and women of the police departments across the country. Detaining a suspect being sprayed by what appears to be mace in the back of the head. This is what they have to contend with. Because the Democrats' crocodile tears, we must take the temperature down only after one of their own was murdered. No King's protest erupts. Another anti-establishment event funded by the NGOs we've covered for you. anarchists, professional agitators, masked youth, and now a masked murderer. Chaos clown show? Well, until the guns came out. A grotesque mask ambushes a group of Minnesota lawmakers. One state representative shot and killed. Ties to the governor himself, Tim Walz, at least as now being alleged. So has the narrative officially collapsed for the left? Democrat operatives now scramble to distance themselves, as is evidenced by this Politico article. Oh, we must all cool down now. We've had a major backfire here. When chaos is your weapon, don't be surprised when it turns around on you. The left's Frankenstein moment, they built it, fed it, and now it killed one of their own. They demanded fire, and now they've been burned down. It's not justice. This isn't peace. This is a revolution gone off the rails, and it's coming for everyone, even its creators. You have created a beast. So share this video, please, before they bury the truth. And they will attempt to twist this. I guarantee you within the next 24 hours, you will start to see the ties to Trump come out, even from this masked gunman. But the mask is off. The blood is now real. And the next target might be closer than you think. So one word. What do you call a movement that murders its own? Drop your answer below, and I'll feature it in the next video. Now, I didn't show myself much this video because it was the images, the sights, the sounds, and the words and messages provided by the very party that calls itself the party of peace. Trump is the party of anarchy until the gun turns the other way. And I didn't want to take away from that. To all you fathers out there, I wish I could bring you a brighter message. I wish for myself I had a brighter message on Father's Day, but no, this is what we're handed. To not cover it, irresponsible. To avoid it, negligent. I love you all. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless. Justus Knight, signing out.